Okay. Good morning, everyone. Since it's a rainy day today here in the Northeast, probably in many other places as well, unfortunately, the hurricane coming through, we're going to take our cue from the weather and do a quieting, restoring practice rather than a rah-rah practice. Yesterday, my husband and I were hiking up in Harriman State Park, and there are so many routes, like the paths have been so walked and hiked that the root systems of the trees are just very, very visible. And as we were going along, I was like, oh, is that a snake? You know, because the roots look like snakes, right? Is that a snake? Is that a snake? And it reminded me of a story that is part of the Vedantic philosophy. So in India, in yoga, there are 6 main philosophical schools. And those 6 schools have very different perspectives on the world and on life, just as Western philosophy does. And one of those 6 schools is the main one that we base the philosophy that we teach here. So when you hear us talking about things, it's kind of coming from that philosophical perspective. But this other philosophy, which is not the one that I usually ascribe to, has this story. It's the philosophy is called Vedanta, and one of its premises is that the world is an illusion. It's not real. The only thing real is Brahman or God consciousness. So in this story, there is a man, and he is trying to get to the next town over to bring his brother some important piece of phone equipment because his AirPods aren't working. So the man does not have his phone with him. He does not have a flashlight. There's no light, and it's dusk, and it's in India, and he's traveling along this dirt path through the woods to get to his brother's. And as he's going along, and it's getting darker and darker, it's in the gloaming, he sees something hanging from a tree, and he's sure it's a snake. So he goes screaming back to his village, because the snakes in India can be very poisonous and dangerous. And he goes screaming back to the village to get help and to get light and to get, clubs so that they can kill the snake before the snake kills somebody else. And so he rouses the village, and they all go tromping down the trail with their torches and their phone flashlights, and they see the thing hanging, and it is not a snake. It is a rope, or it is a vine, a vine that hangs from the trees. We've all seen those, I'm sure. And they deride the poor fellow. But this is the philosophy kind of in a nutshell, that what you see is not what it is. And what you see is not the reality that is actual. It is what we infer or look or breathe or place onto what it is that we're seeing. So we're hiking along, and there are all of these roots, and I'm thinking, oh, maybe one's a snake. And then I'm remembering this story about, what is really real. And it occurs to me that, what is it that is really real? What is really real? Really real. That's a tautology, I know. But what is it that is real? Because, I'm reading about fake news and deep fake news and like all of this stuff. And what is real? Like, what is the truth? And as I'm out there in the woods, and we come up to a high peak, and there's a beautiful lookout over the Torn Valley, and I think, this is really real. And this is where I want to feel real. that the beauty of nature and the connection that I have when I'm out in nature or when I come to my yoga practice and everything else that's going on in my life. Not that it's not real, but in a way, this is where I come down out of my head and my thinking and the spinning that goes on in my head, where I'm seeing a root, and then I infer that it's a snake, and then I infer that it's a rattlesnake, and then I infer that I have no rattlesnake venom with me, and it spirals on, right? Oh, or it's going to bite my husband, and how am I going to get him out of the mind can do these fun, creative leaps from one thing to the next. So what is real are my feet on the ground and my breath. And that I'm going to step over the tree root instead of tripping on it or being bitten by it. So when we come down to our practice on a beautiful rainy day like today, it's an invitation to just be here, to leave whatever inferring and believing and thinking and imagining and creating in our mental worlds just to the side for a little bit, and just giving ourselves a break to just be here now, to breathe, to be in our bodies, and to feel whatever it is we're feeling. So that is the invitation for this morning. You can take it or you can leave it, but do stay. And however you want to practice or whatever you want to bring that will nourish you today, bring that to your awareness now. Sit up tall, close your eyes, and connect with your breath. And if where you are, you can hear the sound of the rain, let yourself listen. And as you listen, begin to deepen your breath. Feel your body. Feel where it meets the ground, under your buttocks, under your feet. Under your legs. See the light in the space that you're in coming through your closed eyelids. Breathe this moment and time in deeply. And breathe it out slowly, inviting yourself deeper and deeper into right here and right now. Joining your palms in front of your heart, we'll chant 3 ohms, invocation 3 times, and another om. You're welcome to join in, to sit and listen, or hum along. Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Sachidananda Murtaye Nishprapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Gently bow your head, lifting your head, open your eyes, release your hands down to your thighs, and grab your bolster and sit up on the bolster. So it's like a little seat. Sit with your feet out in front. And cupping your knees, take some cat-cow breaths, just arching and rounding. Breathing. Have your feet fairly wide apart so you're really steady. And you can turn the feet out a little bit so that they're in the direction that your knees are pointing. Make sure you're sitting on the bolster where you're supported, where you're not going to roll off the back of it. Take 3 more breaths, magnifying the movement, enhancing it, increasing it. Letting the rhythm of your breath be your guiding light. And then as you next inhale, sit up tall and drop your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Do little micro movements with your head, stretching the muscles on the left side of the neck. If you want to increase that even more, you can press your left palm down and away from you. Not to the floor, but just down and out. And then you can move that left arm around and see where it feels like you get a good stretch, maybe even down your arm. And then make a soft fist with your right hand and circle your right wrist as you keep the head over to the, your left wrist as you keep your head over to the right. And circle the other way. Bring the hand back to the knee, slowly lift the head back up. Sit tall, and then tilt your head over to your left and do little movements with your head. Yeah. Little yes, no, maybe so. And perhaps add the right palm. Moving it around a little bit, the arm around a little bit to find the most productive place for the stretch. Soft fist and circle. And circle the other way. Bring the hand back to the knee, slowly lift the head back up. Fold your right leg underneath. Step the left foot in a little bit more closely. Place the right hand on the left knee and the left hand on the bolster or the floor. Lift up through your spine. And as you exhale, twist to your left. And breathe into your back body. And breathe into your front body. Twisting any amount more. With your inhalation, untwist and switch the legs, stepping the right foot out, folding the left leg under. Just a gentle twist, warming up the muscles in the back, the spine. Enjoying the breath, the quiet, and peace. With the next inhale, untwist, come back to center. Stretch the right leg out to, left leg out to the left. Fold the right leg in, staying up on the bolster. Turn and twist over the left leg. A gentle forward bend. Just easing your way in. And letting the density and solidity of your body anchor you into this moment here. Let it weight you into the earth, into the ground, into what is real for you. And as you stay in the forward bend to the left, begin to point and flex your left toes. So left toes down towards the floor, and then pull them back towards you, just nice and slow, feeling the calf muscle stretch, and the muscles on the top of the foot stretch. One more breath. And then bring yourself up to center and switch again your legs. Twist to your right. Fold forward. Just an easy stretch, gentle and kind, full of breath. And as you stay in the forward bend, begin to point and flex your right foot. Maybe you can hear the rain and the wind, the leaves being blown off the trees. And slowly bring yourself up to sit and join the soles of the feet together. Slide the heels a little further out away from you than you normally do, so you have more like a diamond shape made by your legs. Hold the ankles and lean forward. And breathe into what you feel, letting it anchor you into reality. In yoga, we talk all the time about being present, being in the present moment, that the only reality, real reality, is whatever it is we're each experiencing right here, right now. And yet it's so easy for there to be snakes and ropes and rattlesnakes in the woods and everything else that our minds worry about and are concerned about that are not what's happening right now. And of course, we need to have times when we're thinking forward, but when we practice yoga, we're invited to think just here and now. And it gives us a reprieve, it gives us a break from the endless chatter of snakes. 2 more breaths. And with the next inhale, sit yourself back up, extend both legs out long in front of you, finding your strap. Lasso your feet. And then separate the heels a little bit and press the feet straight out into the strap. Lift up through the spine, and as you exhale, hinge forward, just a gentle forward bend. Be mindful of your back, not pulling into your back, but hinging right at the hip crease. Take 5 breaths. And if Ujjayi breathing is in your practice, practice the Ujjayi so that you have that additional gentle sound to help ground you and invite you to be present. Because like a snake, the mind so easily slithers here and there off whatever rock you've asked it to stay on. And when you've finished the 5th breath, breathe in and bring yourself back upright. Slide yourself off the bolster so you're sitting back on your mat. And taking hold of your right foot with your left hand, take your right arm out to the side and lean a little bit onto your right buttock and hip and make some movement here so that you feel the muscles in the right hip and the right buttock getting a little massage against the floor. Does everybody feel something? Yeah. And then get a little bit more exploratory. And when you find the place that is the most talkative, get smaller there. So hold there, do little smaller movements there. And breathe. And then bring yourself back upright and switch. So with your right hand, hold your left foot. With your left hand, go out to the side. You can even come down onto the forearm. It just depends on where you find the most sensitive spot needing attention, spot that is inviting you to get real. And then begin to make the movement smaller. So kind of zero in on the bullseye of that spot. Excellent. Lift yourself back up, letting go of your foot. Lie down on your back with your strap handy and everything else out of your way. Going to dim the lights a little. Yeah, nice cat. If you're at home, you might want to dim your own lights. Bend up both knees, the feet on the floor. And cross the right ankle over the left knee. Thread your right hand through your legs, catch the back of the left thigh. And breathe into your hip. And if you find your mind snaking away, invite it back to this reality. And still holding the back of your left thigh with your left knee bent, circle your left foot at the ankle joint. And circle around the other way. Releasing your hands and your left foot back to the floor, take the strap around your right foot and stretch the leg to the sky. You can keep your left knee bent or stretch it out on the floor. And breathe into the back of the right leg, feeling what you feel. Not inferring from the feeling one thing or the other, but just being present with the feeling. In corporate training, there is something called the ladder of inference. You see a root, you infer it's a snake. From there, you infer it's a poisonous snake. From there, you infer that you're going to be bitten. From there, you infer that you're going to die in the woods. Today, we step off the ladder and just stay with what's real. This feeling of stretch, this breath coming in and going out. Take both straps into your right hand, open your right leg out to the right, and feel this stretch in the inner right thigh, the sensation of the strap around your foot. If you're in the studio, maybe you can see out the window, or if you're at home, maybe you can see out the window the leaves blowing down from the trees and the wind and the rain. The gray of the sky. Inhale, bring the leg back up to center. Take both straps into your left hand and twist. Roll onto the pinky side of the right foot. Left foot. Anchor the right shoulder into the ground and turn the head to the right. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. Inhale, bring yourself back up to center. Remove the strap from the foot, put it on the ground, and release your right foot to the floor. And bend the left knee, drop the knees against each other, and just rest for a moment, knees supported by the other. Bring awareness to your breath. And breathe in the 3-part breath, breathing in first belly, then ribs, then chest, and breathe out first chest, ribs, belly, filling yourself with a wave of presence, a wave of what is real here and now for you. One more breath. And then cross your left ankle over your right knee. Thread your left hand through. Hold the back of the right thigh. And stretch. Circle your right foot. Circle the other way. Place the right foot back on the ground and the left foot in the strap. Extend up the left leg. Keep the right leg bent or straighten it on the floor. Present, here. What do you notice in this moment? What sensations do you notice in this moment? Feel the texture of the strap in your hands. Feel the tension of the strap around the foot, between the foot and the hands. How taut is it? Take the straps into the left hand and open the left leg out to the left. And see if you can keep the weight on the left and right sides of the back of the pelvis even. Breathe in here to what you feel here. Bring the leg back up to center. Take the straps into the right hand. If your right leg is bent, stretch it out straight now and twist to your right. Left leg to the right. Left shoulder grounded. Turn the head left. Breathe where you are. One more breath. Lift yourself back up. Remove the strap from the foot. Bend at both knees. Drop the knees against each other. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Breathe in deep to the belly. Fill the ribs. Fill the chest. Breathe out slow from the chest, the ribs, the belly. Filling, emptying. Feel it bringing you into the present moment. One more breath. Roll into your side, bring yourself up to sit. Take your bolster across your mat and take one blanket, although you might want a second. And here's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you from the back, my back. So you're going to lie across the bolster with the head on the blanket, the shoulder on the floor, and the hip on the floor. If your head doesn't quite reach, then put the second blanket to make a higher pillow. If your shoulder doesn't quite reach, that's okay, but keep the hip on the ground. So you want to have your shoulder on the floor between the bolster and the blanket. So you've got a full curve, a full arc. And if you, like I said, if you want a higher pillow, put the second blanket.
Straight legs or bend?
Bend your knees. Lana, bring your shoulder to the floor. Hold on, lift up a sec. So your shoulder's going to be on the floor.
Oh, like this?
Here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good. What?
I must have taken an extra.
That's okay. Now your top rib cage, send your breath up into that top rib cage. So we're not all on the same side, which is okay. Just whichever your top ribs are, breathe up into the top ribs. And your top arm can be wherever you want. It can rest on the hip, it can go across and in front. And we make space in that side of the body just by breathing. Like you had a balloon on the top side and you're just breathing into that. Now take one more deep breath into the top ribs. And then extend both arms out directly at a right angle from you. The top hand, slide it along the bottom arm to the bottom shoulder, across the top of the chest, and then out to the side. And let it just hang in the air for a moment, stretching the muscles in the shoulder and the front of the chest. And then bring the palms back together, out in front of you, extending straight out. And do the same thing. Slide the top hand along, stretch it out to the side, let it weight you, and then turn the head also more towards that back hand. Bring the palms together. And last time, slide across the chest. Feel the sensation of one hand against your body, and out to the side, turn the head. And with each exhalation, allow that hand and shoulder to descend towards the floor, deepening a little bit the stretch and the twist. Good. Come back to center, palms together, bend your elbows, and then turn over to your other side. So just flip yourself over. And focus on breathing into your top rib cage. Making space for you to more deeply and fully inhabit reality here and now. Deep, full breaths. When the mind is inferring snakes and ropes and all kinds of tragedies, our breathing tends to get very shallow or very rapid. And one way to work with bringing ourselves more deeply into the present moment is by working with the breath. So these slow, deep, full, long breaths into the top ribs send signals to the brain and the nervous system that we are safe and that we can relax and that we can be present. Take 2 more of these deep, full breaths. And then extend both arms out, directly out from you. And slide the top hand over the bottom, across the top of the chest, and out to the side. Adding a twist, and then just letting the arm and the hand hang in the air. Bring the palms together again. Slide. Turn the head. Take a deep breath in, a slow breath out. And then last time, hands together. A slow slide, feeling the sensations, letting them be soothing. And extend. Turn the head and breathe here, letting your breath and gravity deepen the pose. Bring the palms together. Bend the elbows. And turning a bit more towards your belly, put the hands on the floor and lift yourself up to sit. Right, move the blankets. Find your blocks. Put one block at the back of your mat, so facing towards the back of the room, up on its edge. And the second block flat, an inch or two away from the bottom block. So you're making a T, but they're different heights. And then the bolster is going to go on those two blocks, making a ramp. With the bottom of the bolster on the ground, and the top of the bolster, it will go on the block when you lie down on it. Right. Take blanket one to the top, making a pillow. Move your strap out of the way, you won't be needing it. And take blanket two. So my friends at home, you're just going to make, if you don't have a bolster, make the best ramp situation you can. So it could be one pillow and another pillow rather than using the blocks. Blanket two, fold into a square, a chunky square. And then you're going to sit on your right hip with your knees to the right and the blanket between the two knees. I'm going to give you two options here. So option one is that you lie on your side with the blanket under the head, not under the shoulder. Option two is that you add a twist. So instead of lying on the side, you twist so you're more lying on your belly. It's like belly and side, and the hands go on either side of the bolster. So depending on your back, and if your back is willing to make a twist, and you can make that twist as deep or as shallow as you want. Another option is the placement of your head. So you can be on your, so if you're lying on your right side, the right cheek, or you can turn your head to the left cheek, which is going to make a deeper twist. That may be good for you, may not be good for you. Valerie, do you want another blanket for your head? Okay. And then settle. So we're going to spend a few minutes here, giving the body time to, relax deeply, to let your body be supported by the bolsters and the blankets. If at any point you become uncomfortable, and just shift and change as you need. Feel the sensation of your body on the bolster. of the blanket between the knees, supporting your knees and your pelvis. Invite your mind to be here. Your breath. As you breathe, your body moves against the bolster. Your lungs expand, your rib cage broadens and expands, and the internal organs get pressed down, which means that your belly presses out a little bit. Maybe even your back body presses out a little bit. There is this circumferential expansion. So breathe and feel and be in this reality. Take a deep breath in, and slow breath out. Pressing your hands down into the floor, lift yourself up and turn to your other side. Take your time. Make yourself comfortable. As you settle into this side, observe, is anything different on this side than the other side? Let your body acclimate to feeling the bolster underneath you on this side, the blanket under your head, between the knees. Present in the here and now. Breathe in deep. Breathe out slowly. Press your hands down into the earth and help yourself up to sit facing towards me. Take the blanket that you have between the knees and open it up to this shape. And then make a roll with it along the long edge. So you have a long, thin roll. Long, thin roll. Then join the soles of your feet together. Place the blanket on top of your feet. And then tuck it underneath your shins. And placing your hands on the floor, feel where the bolster is behind your back. Give an inch or two between you and it. And then lie yourself back and down. Resting the palms face up. Just going to give you this so it's a little bit more tucked. Yeah. You warm enough? Rest your palms face up a little bit away from your body. Take 3 of the 3-part breaths. So breathe in belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out chest, ribs, belly. Breathe in belly, ribs, chest. Breathe out chest, ribs, belly. And then let the breath move at its natural rhythm. If at any point you become uncomfortable in your back or your hips or your knees, make whatever adjustments you need to, including stretching out your legs or moving the bolster off to the side and lying flat. Give your body over to the support that is beneath you, so that the stress and the tension that we all carry has an opportunity to release, which is very healthy for the body and the mind, to have breaks from the constant stress we live in. You can think that with each exhalation, your body is getting a little bit heavier. Releasing a little bit more. The weight of the muscles and the bones being drawn by gravity downwards. The fluids in your body being drawn by gravity downwards. The water in your body. Breathe in deep. Breathe out slowly. We're going to stay as we are, but stretch the legs out with the blanket under the knees. So just step your feet over the blanket, stretch your legs out, let your feet relax to the sides. Bring awareness to your breath. Breathe in deep and long. Breathe out slowly. Breathe in deep. Breathe out slow. Gently begin to move your fingers and your toes to wake up your body. And bending your knees, curl over to your right side, either on the bolster or off the bolster. And pressing your hands down into the earth, slowly bring yourself up to sit. Take a seat for a moment of meditation. Focusing on your breath and the sound of the rain. Giving yourself time to be grounded in what is real. Join together your palms and rub them vigorously, generating some heat through friction. Cup your palms over your eyes that we may see the truth. Be present with what is real. Live in the best way that we can. Joining the palms together in front of your heart, we'll chant one Om to close. Take a deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you for your sweet, slow, quiet, deep practice. Have a lovely rainy day. Goodbye, Zoom friends.
Bye.
Bye, John.
Hey, Brian.
Thank you, Chaya.
You're welcome, Kat.